Today we're going to talk about emotions. It's generally, there's a lot of different emotions out there, but most of them fall into variations of 4 different emotions. And so these 4 different emotions would be happiness, sadness, anger, and anxiety. And these all, if you think about it, they all kind of create different physical feelings inside you. And so these emotions can be very strong, and like I said, both have mental and physical effects on your body. So sometimes I think as a teenager, when you're a child, you may not have quite the whole range of emotions that you do as you become a teenager and an adult. And as a child, expressions of certain emotions are a little more acceptable than as the same kind of expression would be in a teenager or in an adult. And so making that transition in recognizing your emotions and expressing them appropriately is one of the transitional things that we do as we go through our teenage years. And so everyone feels emotions, and so you can't try to pretend that you don't have them or try to not feel them. It's normal and healthy to have this variety of emotions under different circumstances. Now you may find that other people seem to feel more strongly or less strongly or express their emotions differently than you do. And that's okay. And so it's normal to have these emotions, and it's normal to have even the negative emotions. The important thing is that denying them is not going to make them go away. It may make them just build up. You suppress them, and then finally there's that ultimate straw that just, you can't take it. It's that last straw, and you lash out and express them maybe in a situation and in a way that you don't want to. So it's better to recognize the emotions so that you can deal with them in a way that you're more comfortable with. And the same thing with hiding your emotions. You shouldn't hide them, but you do need to think about how you want to express them. So maybe you want to express certain emotions only with certain friends or certain family members, and not with, the entire world. So you do want to think about how you express your emotions. And most people, as they're growing up, tend to express their emotions the same way that their family did. If we had parents who, when they got angry, threw things and hit people and, expressed their anger very physically, then we may have a tendency to do that also. And so we need to think as we're growing up, do I want to express my anger that way? Or do I want to find a different way to express my anger because I didn't like it when this was how how my family member expressed their anger? And even, it's easy to think about the negative ways, but sometimes, we have family members that are a little too, express their positive emotions too much. Maybe you're always hugging us and making us, saying things that make us uncomfortable around other people. And so, we may want to find a happier medium there, where we want to be, not express those positive emotions, but maybe have them a little bit more in control. Or people that, when they're happy, they're jumping and screaming all around and things like that. So you want to, look at the ways that you've seen emotions expressed. Think about the ways that you've learned to express them because of our family members and friends, and then say, yes, I'm comfortable with this, or gosh, look what I did yesterday. I'm really not comfortable about how I expressed myself when my emotions got the best of me, and so I want to learn to control those emotions better. As an example, my son is a baseball pitcher. And he always, as he was growing up, I could, and especially when he was younger, pretty much anybody could look at him out on the pitcher's mound and see how he felt at any moment. You know, you could just see, oh, that was a good pitch, or I struck someone out, and you could see what a positive body language he felt. And if things were going bad and he was struggling, you know, he was just drooping out there on the mound. And so, you know, as he got older, he learned to kind of control those emotions a little better. He still, maybe when things aren't going well, has a little trouble as he comes off the field, expressing his emotions at times. And, you know, so that's something he still has to learn to, you know, control. And again, that may be something that, you know, at the time he's just so overwhelmed with emotions, but then later, you know, he needs to stop and think about, gosh, is that really how I want to, you know, be viewed by people? So you can learn to express your emotions, either suppress them a little bit if you're a little overcome with them, or express them in more positive ways. Recognize those feelings. What were you feeling when you did whatever you did? And you know, sometimes if they're new feelings that you know, like I said, during the teenage years, there may be new feelings that you have that you've not had before, especially as you start having relationships with the opposite sex. And so, you know, if you're not quite sure, you know, I don't know how I want to express these, you know, talk with a trusted friend or an adult even about your feelings and how you want to express them. And so find the other way is, the other thing that you want to do is find a way to express these feelings. So again, you don't want feelings to build up so much inside of you that finally you just, you know, explode. So find a way. Some people find that exercising is a good way for them to kind of burn up that energy that they have from their emotion. You know, so it may be running. There's different things, participating in team sports. Some people find that doing something creative, music, arts, things like this, particularly, you know, obviously we tend to think of this being a way to express positive emotions, but it can also be a way to express negative emotions. Certainly there's a variety of musical types, and so sometimes when you're feeling a certain way, you may want to play certain types of music or other types of musics. Writing can also be a way to express emotions. And sometimes if you're just really angry or mad at someone, you just need that place where you can go and scream or hit a pillow or something like that to get that emotion out. But you're doing it where you're not hurting other you're not, you know, in a public place where maybe you don't want to, you know, be seen doing something like that. So, you know, it's controlling those really strong emotions until you can get somewhere where you can then express them in a way that's not destructive. So these are things that are positive ways that you can deal with a variety of emotions. So hopefully that's been helpful to you. Thank you. Goodbye.